Welcome to the Boozy Blondes podcast.
She's Molly.
And she's Chrissy.
We're best friends on a quest to bring you all things boozy.
Let's get lit. Pop,
Fizz,
clink, let's drink.
Welcome back, Lushes. This episode is all about boozy packing.
We really wanted to record this episode for everybody listening because Chrissy and I, as you know, we travel a lot, and I do believe we got hotel packing down to a science.
Yeah, I mean, we're booze travelers. We have to know how to pack.
And definitely on our website, following this episode, we'll put all the links to all these great products and tips so you can be prepared for your next vacation as well. So how this all started, I travel a lot for work, my full-time job. And sometimes Chrissy can come and meet me because she can work remotely. So one specific time I was flying to my destination for work and Chrissy was driving. And she said, hold on.
That was Amazing Race style.
Oh, yeah. We love the show Amazing Race. And I was flying. She was driving. We were racing each other there. I think you came and picked me up at the airport.
Yes. Or I would have beat you.
So anyway, she was telling me, well, I have to stop at Chick-fil-A and I want to get like a 30 count chicken nuggets and I have these Hawaiian rolls and she said, I'm bringing this hot pot and all these things. And I just said, okay, I was focused on what I was doing. So we get to the hotel and I call Chrissy, my work wife, because I got there and she gave me homemade chicken minis from the Chick-fil-A chicken tenders and Hawaiian rolls. So that was my snack when I got back from my first event. When I woke up in the morning, there was a little travel coffee mug next to the hot pot that had water ready to go with a little note, just hit start, and a Starbucks Via pack, which is like a little instant coffee pack. There was a granola bar. Actually, there were two granola bars. I had my choice.
Yeah, you had a choice.
Of which one I wanted. And then a note saying, have a great day at work. So from that point on, I said, Chris, you are my work wife. You're coming everywhere with
Hired.
me. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's so fun for me. I mean, I love to travel, and anywhere that we get to go together is just even better. And though I have to say that you bragged about like how good of a job I did, that Phil was getting on me like, dude, I don't even get that treatment. Like, I have to set up my own coffee in the morning. So now I have to up my real wife game.
And my real husband gets very good treatment when we go on trips, but it's become to the point where I have a little carry-on that just contains all of our supplies for the hotel room, which we'll go down the list for you guys. But first, let's talk about our dough, our drink of the episode.
That's what we really have to be starting each show with because this is a Boozy Blonde drinking podcast.
And you're drinking, maybe some of you are drinking along with us. If you saw our post on Every Wasted Wednesday, we let you know what we're going to be drinking so you can be prepared.
So today's dough is from Coppertail,
which is in Tampa, Florida. And we are drinking the rum lime passion fruit passion sour.
Yes.
Which is super sour.
So
super
tart.
sour.
If you really like it's like Sour Patch tart.
I remember Zeus, who is the general manager of the tap room at Coppertail, said it's comparable to a Warhead.
Yes,
do you remember Warheads?
Absolutely. Well, it's funny because we were just at Coppertail and we bought a couple crowlers to take home and use for the podcast. And I think I wanted the rum honey, and I don't know if I said it wrong because we had been there drinking for quite a while, which is definitely possible. So I love sours, so it's really good. But they had the rum honey, which I liked more.
It was rum honey grapefruit.
Yes.
Sour.
And then this is the rum lime passion sour.
But this one is Maura's favorite. My friend Maura, this is her sour. She loves this one. I think Rainer tried it.
Yeah.
When we were there, and he got the kind of the bitter beer face because it is so sour. I think it's great. But Rainer was not expecting that.
Yes, and drink because you have to drink every time you hear Phil, Rainer, or us say yeah, or say something in unison.
I was off. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah. All right, so now that we know the drink of the episode, let's get down to the down and dirty packing secrets of being a booze traveler because I think this has been really cool for us being able to travel. We travel a lot solo, but then when we get to travel together, especially when we first started traveling together, I feel like we both learned a lot from each other, and then that made us whittle down our favorites. So like now we have packing down to a science. Like I've learned things that Molly brings. I would always travel with wine, but she's the one that turned me on to those 4 packs of mini wines, because there's nothing like opening a big bottle of wine. You're only staying a place for like a night or something, and then you kind of have to toss it, especially if you're getting back on a plane or you just don't want it to spill over in your car on the drive home or something.
Yeah, because one time we went to Fort Lauderdale together, so we had a big bottle of wine because, of course, we're going, to be able to finish that together. Well, we forgot a wine opener.
Oh my God, that was my great struggle. That wasn't just I forgot everything because I didn't bring my glasses, remember?
Oh, yeah, you were blind too. We were not good booze travelers on that trip.
This was early on in our boozy travel together, so we were still learning. We hadn't had the list down to a science yet. But Molly was working, so I was in the room trying to open this bottle of wine by myself. I think I used every trick that I possibly Googled, like hit it with a shoe or try to push the cork in. And so finally, I don't know why, I think I was just being lazy because maybe I was in like my PJs or just like bummy yoga clothes. It was a nice hotel. So I finally went out to the bar to ask the guy to open it. Because I tried to go buy a wine opener, I think, in the gift shop, and they didn't have one, which was really weird.
Sometimes they'll let you borrow one or give you one. Or I've had bottled beer before that wasn't a twist top, and they've given me a bottle opener.
But it was just weird that I didn't have a bottle opener because I have all the little like cheap ones that just kind of look like a pen and you take them apart to twist them.
I love those.
So I have them in like every makeup bag, in my suitcases, like all these random things. It's in my toiletry bag. So like I will never be without a wine opener after that trip.
Right. But now with the mini bottles, because we like the 19 Crimes Red Blend has a little 4-pack, and they're just twist offs, and it's easy to drink one of those, and they don't go bad if you don't open the other ones. And I just found a 3-pack of the Ménage à Trois Red Blend too, which I really like. So that's what I've been bringing recently.
Yeah, so we've learned a lot in our travel times apart and together, and kind of like whittled down to this great, easy, must-have boozy travel list. And like Molly said, I actually created this Amazon wish list. And I think I titled it Booze Travelers or something like that. If not, I will. And we'll definitely share it in the show notes. But it has just about every product we're going to talk about. So you can just fill up your Amazon cart, have it shipped Prime, and like be totally ready for your next boozy adventure.
That was so nice.
I think my favorite travel thing that I love that you love so much is the hot pot.
Mm-hmm. You gifted me a hot pot.
Yes.
So it's just a little teapot type device that plugs into the wall.
And when I was in England, that's how I got turned onto it, because we stayed at a couple houses and Airbnbs that we rented over there, Phil and I, and we were really surprised none of them had coffee makers because they drank tea over there primarily. So that kind of turned us on to using the hot pot because they're so fast. It boils water like way faster than anything I've ever used. And so we would just go buy instant coffee packets like the Starbucks Vias, and I was like, oh, we can definitely bring this home. I think that's actually where we bought our first one, maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. I don't like the in-room coffee makers. I don't even care what brand of hotel I'm at.
You just never know how clean it is.
Yeah. And so I just prefer to bring my own. And if we're going to be gone for a while, I'll buy a gallon of Publix water. Excuse me, like the drinking water. But I will also get maybe like a liter just for shorter trips of whatever brand of water it is to fill the hot pot with. And that way you don't have to bring up as many little bottled waters.
Yeah. So the hot pot is like the first thing on my list because we pretty much bring that everywhere. They have 2 sizes. I got the big one for both of us. But if you're flying or just need to have a more compact travel size for your luggage, both of them are on Amazon. There's tons of different ones, but I just shared the link to the one that we have because we both have them and have been using them for years without any trouble. Mm-hmm. And they're pretty affordable. I think they're like under $40.
And that was my number one item on my list too, the hot pot.
Cheers to that. We can drink to our hot pot.
And you know what I found recently? So those Starbucks Via packs are great. I found it's a little tin container of Starbucks like loose ground coffee too that seals really well. And you just put in, I think it's 2 teaspoons per 8 ounces or
cool.
whatever.
So
I've been
instant?
bringing that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Just because I think it's a little more economical. Those Via packs
They're
are expensive. I bought the real cheap, I forget what brand they were. If the Via packs are, like $1 something a pack by the time you add it up.
Yeah.
These were $1 for like 5 of them.
Oh, wow.
And maybe it was like Nestea coffee or something. I don't know. But it wasn't as good. I mean.
Yeah, I'm like super bougie when it comes to my Starbucks coffee. It has to be Starbucks. It's like you and your Absolute vodka.
No Absolute for this girl. Well, Chris, what do you bring to stir the coffee into your cup?
So we bought like this jumbo pack just at the grocery store of these like little wooden bamboo stirrers because they're recycled. You can recycle them when you're done using them. And God, I think I've only bought 1 pack ever. It must have been like 1,000 pack because they're still going strong. But the Starbucks, so I've also tried to find a more economical way, and you can buy them in like the small packs or like it's like 8 to a pack, I think, or 15 to a pack. And recently I just bought a 50 pack, and it comes in like this huge like cardboard box that you can put on your pantry shelf, and it just like has a little pop out so you can grab one at a time if you're obsessed with coffee like me. But it's not even any cheaper. I was thinking, oh, this has got to be like bulk pricing, but no. So yeah, if you can find a better deal, the Starbucks coffee is a little pricey. But the only hack I will tell you is if you actually go to a Starbucks, they do seasonal flavors like pumpkin spice. They do a holiday one, which is actually my favorite. And then anything left over at the end of that season, they'll mark down to like 50% off. So I remember when we were leaving Sky Valley, we just stopped in to get like coffees for the road, and they were all marked down to like $1.10 each. I bought every one in the store. The lady's like, wow, you really like your coffee. I'm like, you have no idea. I will be using these for quite a while.
Buy it now.
Yeah, so that was definitely...
That's a good tip.
Yeah, that's your coffee tip of the day. But so my third item, though, that's the biggest one. That's the one that Rainer actually introduced us to, the Liquid IV.
Oh, Liquid IV. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, we're booze travelers, so we're drinking on our vacations, and the Liquid IV is an extra hydration boost in the morning or at night or both, just to kind of keep you going. The ones that we buy now, too, have an immunity booster to them as well. So it helps your hangover, helps rehydrate you, and is also good. It works like those airborne or vitamin emergency
like all-in-one hangover cure plus immunity blend, and just great, especially if you're like traveling in and out of airports. I love just having like that extra boost of vitamin C.
So it's a powder that you just add to your bottled water, shake it up really good. And
there's lots of different brands out there. We just really like the Liquid IV one. I don't know, to me it tastes good. I think you don't like the taste.
It's growing on me because I've drank so many of them now.
But the cool thing about it for us is that we've partnered with them, and they actually offer a discount code and an affiliate link, which we'll also have in our show notes for you guys.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend that. And there are different flavors. There's just the one immunity blend, but you don't have to get the immunity one. You can get just the pure hangover cure, extra hydration boost.
So we also, we're mostly Boozy Blondes booze travelers, but I feel like we're talking a lot about coffee because I bring my Tervis coffee cup because the same way you don't like using the in hotel room coffee makers, like I will not use whatever cups they have waiting there for us.
I will use the wrapped up like coffee cups or plastic cups.
Well, those are usually like my roadie cups for my drinks.
Oh, I bring separate cups. Yeah. But yeah, no, I definitely bring a cup for my coffee.
Yeah, so I have a link to some Tervis cups because they're great. You can use them for coffee, and then I found that they really don't like hold the scent of coffee, like some things do. So you can just rinse them out and then put your cocktail in it.
Oh, well, that's good. That's a good tip.
And it works for your Liquid IVs too if you didn't bring water bottles with you.
No, but you have to bring water bottles with you because
that's smart.
I never have enough water.
And they're so expensive at the hotels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or if you bring the big gallon of water, like I mentioned before, for your hot pot, you always have extra water available too.
Yeah, you are so Phil, because he brings, the 3-gallon one that has the spout? We used to bring those like on week-long trips.
Yeah. Well, that's smart
It
and
makes
economical.
sense, but I'm like, you're carrying that sucker into the hotel room. All right. So what else? Like, what do you normally pack that we haven't gone over so far? Because I have a huge list because I'm very into the organization of packing.
Well, we started talking about the mini wines, right? So I usually bring a cup for the mini wines too. We always attend the Players Championship here in Ponte Vedra, the golf tournament, and like Miami Wines was the sponsor this past year, for example. So they always have these really cute little plastic disposable cups, but I always keep them because I like bringing those to drink my wine out of in the hotel rooms because they're plastic, they're small, they're easy to clean. So I always bring a little plastic cup, or I'll use the wrapped up ones in the room for my wine.
Yeah, no, that I love. Like, I have wine tumbler on here too, and I have like the small, like stainless steel double wall insulated ones, like a Yeti version. Jaster got me one from Sawgrass, Jaster and Amanda,
cool.
and I love that one. So that's like my go-to wine tumbler. So I linked a couple that I found on Amazon that were really good deals, but they're great because, like you said, they're same with your plastic one from Players. You can travel with them; they're not going to break, and I don't know, wine just tastes better to me when it's not out of a plastic cup.
Well, mine is, I guess, plastic, but not
but
like
it's not like disposable plastic.
not with a plastic water.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like we were at the Brownwood last weekend, and Phil tried pouring mine in. I think it was the paper coffee cup, my wine. And I was like, no. I'm like, there's few things that I will be a diva about, but that was one.
That's one of them. Yeah. That and your Starbucks coffee.
Yes. Yeah. 2 things I must have.
Yeah. So it's probably always good to bring a wine opener too, though, just in case, even though we're talking about these mini bottles, you never know.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my next point. I always throw mini paper plates and a handful of plastic utensils.
You're really good at doing that. I think I've picked up on that from you.
Well, you actually, so you and Phil sent me and Rainer with a charcuterie board on our one trip. And there were no utensils inside. There was nothing to, cut the cheese with or spread the fig or jam or whatever was in there. But I always travel with the utensils, so it was perfect. And I thought this is exactly why. Or you get to go food, you bring something into the room, and you're splitting. Oh, okay. Well, let me finish this thought. Sorry. And they forget to give you utensils or something. You always have that with you. It doesn't take up a lot of space. Recently, Rainer and I ordered room service for breakfast, and we were sharing. And instead of eating off the same plate, I had the little mini paper plate. So I was able to split up our food. It keeps me a little more neat and organized when it comes to eating, I guess.
It's become like my little work wife thing too, because each night before I go to bed, or even like if I'm really having enough time and with it, before we even go out, I will put the paper plate with the napkin and our breakfast bar on the side of the bed with the little liquid IV like right next to it, because I know I'm going to come home feeling great, ready to just pass out. And then in the morning, I'll wake up and like regret having not gotten it together. So I've learned to just do it before we go out.
That's so funny. I know this is about packing like for food and drinks, but I'll do that with my pajamas before I go out.
Too. Yeah. That's so funny.
I put everything there ready to go. My slippers, everything's ready.
Well, I do the same thing with the plastic utensils. I have them everywhere. I actually just found them in my beach bag because we're recently packing for a cruise that we're going on. And I was like, oh my God, what is in this random pocket? It was a plastic spoon, fork, and knife because you never know. But also I'm super weird about I will not eat off of like real silverware.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot about this.
Even at my house, like I have real silverware for guests, but I have plastic silverware for myself. It's not disposable. Like it's nice. I don't know, Pampered Chef or some version like that. And, we just put it in the dishwasher. But I have so many fillings. I cannot handle eating off of like silverware.
Metal. Yeah, this is giving me the creeps.
It's like chewing on a ball of tinfoil for me. So yeah. I guess I'm bougie about a lot of things.
No, that's
not
being
my
a
fault.
child.
I can't help it.
But that's a good point. I guess I'm just so used to you doing that. I don't even think about it anymore, but
people
you
set
need
a
to
place
have that.
for me with like plastic silverware. Oh my God.
Well, and to go along with our plates and utensils, I always bring a roll of paper towels, not necessarily a full roll, but whatever's left over in the kitchen. And baby wipes or not Listerine wipes. What are they called? Lysol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rainer is such a germaphobe and he like will not touch the remote in the hotel. So I always have to bring a bag for him to put the remote into. And he gets a little upset if I forget one. I'll hear about it. Like, Mal, you didn't, he's actually one person who doesn't call me Mal. Molly, he didn't pack a bag for the remote. But during COVID, they started already having them in bags, or they give a wipe or something. Yeah. And I got grossed Rainer out because I said, I probably haven't changed that bag in a while because he was all comfortable using the one that they provided.
Well, he has ruined that for me because, I'm a little bit of a germaphobe, but not as bad as he is. But then when someone points something like that out to you, you can't unhear it. So now every time like I go to touch the remote, I'm like, oh God. I think of Rainer. So thank you, Rainer.
Well, and I do quite a bit of traveling in different hotels. You're with me for most of them. But I have become a little, I guess, snotty, for lack of a better word. I expect a certain level of cleanliness when I'm traveling. And, if it's not there, I'll make it clean. I have my Lysol wipes and wipe stuff off if it grosses me out.
It's just better to be prepared because you're there. When you're there for work, you're there whether you like it or not. So you just need to make the best of the situation. So that's why we like to be prepared. So I don't know. This one... For me, Phil is the one who was like, we need to start ordering these plastic cups with the lids. Mm-hmm. And I found them on Amazon. And I know you guys have them too. They're so handy. We use these even when we're not traveling.
I know we do too a lot. You guys got us into these.
They came in like a 50 pack or more.
Mm-hmm. They're just plastic. I think mine are 12 ounce. Yours might be 16 ounce.
20 or 18. I don't know.
Yours are bigger than ours. But they're just clear plastic cups with lids. And we use those for our roadies when we're leaving or when we're in the hotel making drinks. Because Rainer and I, you guys got us turned on to spiced rum and ginger beer. And I will always buy the plastic bottle of Captain Morgan because, again, I don't want glass breaking in our suitcase. And I bring those cups. Oh, and me and ice, like fresh ice.
Yeah, because this was your number one tailgating item, a Ziploc bag full of ice.
Yeah, if you listen to our tailgate episode, we have another handy list of items to bring tailgating. But we'll pack bags of fresh ice to use in case. Honestly, I do think those ice machines in hotels are one of the most unsanitary items in the building. But I'll still eat whatever, use the ice out of it.
That Office episode when Michael Scott put his it was Kevin put his feet in the ice thing. I was like, oh, never again.
Well, they're not like that now, like a trough of ice. That's true. Right? It comes out, but still, I don't think they get cleaned. I don't know where that water's coming from. Whatever. It's probably fine. It's probably fine.
That's the next thing on my list too. I have coolers, and I said ice packs, not ice, because when you're checking into the hotel, like sometimes your room's not ready and they have to keep your cooler with your suitcase before. And a lot of times we don't bring a hard cooler. We'll bring a cooler bag. So you don't want ice melting all over the place.
We put our ice in bags though. And I
you're
tell
drinking
Rainer
ice.
That. Yeah. And I say make sure they're standing upright. So if they start melting, they're not going to leak out. And if you get the freezer bags, they're a little more secure.
Yeah.
But you're right. And don't, if you get Home Chef or HelloFresh, those ice packs that they give you, do not bring those.
Oh,
I had one. Oh my God. I was at a Ritz. That was so embarrassing because I opened my fridge and some of those fridges, they have, if you pull something out, you're getting charged for it. It's all weighted. They left one side for the hotel guest. So I put my ice pack in there and it oozed out everywhere. Like this gelatin, it took me a long time to clean that up.
Yeah, so the hard plastic ice packs are best. And I actually linked some on Amazon that were kind of in the silver foil packs. It's like 3 packs of them because those ones, they don't leak. And if you have to throw them away for some reason, it's not a big deal. They're not like those hard plastic blue ones.
Yeah.
So I do like those. They're small, especially if you like want to downsize to like a small little cooler bag. And then, of course, pack your cooler with booze and snacks. We're always good at bringing, like, just post-drink, pre-drink snacks. Like, we always do the chicken pita wraps now. Chicken salad. Really? That was a Village thing. Like, randomly, we just were really hungry and, like, went and bought, like, pre-made chicken salad.
Yeah, no, I'll still get that.
Yeah, now I do that
or
all
with
the time.
crackers, to eat it with. And we usually cut up cheese and bring crackers.
Yes.
We love cheese and crackers.
It's like our
So
own
those are
little
easy.
mini charcuterie board in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So the other thing that I always bring is a really small flask because I'll keep it in the cooler, but then it's like ready to go. I can just chuck it in my purse on our way out the door. Because honestly, before I started this podcast with you, I did not drink beer. I was pretty much a red wine drinker or rum and ginger, which was hard to find. It's like becoming more popular now. A lot of places have ginger beer. But so I just not trying to be frugal, but I was just like, I'm going to drink what I want to drink. So I'd bring my own liquor with me.
Yeah, that's smart though. Then you at least you always have what you want, or you can always get what you want.
Yeah, I mean, because when you're traveling, even if it is for work, let's try to make it vacation. So
Exactly.
we just try to turn everything into vacation.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I just did it a couple days ago. I just had an overnight, so I grabbed a really small cooler, like you were saying. You can bring the small, soft ones, and I threw a couple White Claws in there. I didn't go big, and bottled waters and my liquid IVs, and I was good to go for one night.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of the one night trips too. For Phil, he has to travel to work a lot, so I'll go with him. And I love the hotel we stay in, but it's so funny. I know as soon as we've arrived, and the workday is over, because I'll hear Phil crack the beer can.
Like the sound we have
Yes.
in our show.
And I just crack up. I'm like, I'm still lugging my suitcase into the room, and he's already I got my beer.
Yeah.
I'm officially off duty.
Can we give a shout out to the Brownwood Hotel
Yes.
in the Villages? Because for us, the way we travel with all of our supplies, those rooms, even the standard rooms, not even
so
the suite.
nice.
First of all, they're beautiful, but they have so much shelving
Yes.
and areas to put your box of crackers, your cups, your paper towels. There's a place for everything, and I just love staying there.
It does. It feels like home, because a lot of times, when you're staying at a hotel, you just cannot wait to get back to home. That place is so easy. When we come back, it feels like we've never even skipped a beat. We're just, at our home away from home. I really do love that hotel.
I do too.
Highly recommend. Okay, so this is our travel safe public service announcement, I guess, but bring vitamins. That's the one thing we've learned as of 2021, I think,
I think it started in 19 when we started getting sick a lot. But we were traveling a lot in 2019.
Yeah, we did. We were making the most of it. And so we kind of learned okay, we need to preemptively make sure we're not getting sick, just because you're exposed to so much more. And Phil and I work from home, so we are really not we're in our own little petri dish, so we're not exposed to world germs normally. So when we go
Until
out,
I come over.
yeah, we call her patient zero because she travels so much. I'm like, oh no. But so yeah, we found some really good vitamins that work for us. And of course, we are not doctors or affiliated with any of these companies, but they work for us. So we figured we'd share them with you guys.
Yeah.
So we like to travel smart and stay healthy. So we found this brand on Amazon called Mary Ruth's, and she does have her own website too, Mary Ruth's Organics. They have everything, but I mean, we're doing the basics, just immunity gummies and vitamin C, multivitamins. So it's great. I feel like they have something for everyone on there.
Yeah, and Rainer and I will even take the liquid morning vitamins that we drank religiously.
Yeah.
We talked about vitamins in a previous episode, but we'll put them in a little travel Tupperware container type and keep that in the cooler with the little travel cup, so we can still continue to take our vitamins while
you guys are
out of
better at
town.
that than me, because that's the one bad thing about some of their products is they have to stay refrigerated, so it's a little bit hard when you're traveling. So I mean, it sucks because you want to bring it with you while you're traveling. That's when you need it the most. But a lot of times we're like, ugh, is it worth the hassle?
But almost every hotel has a refrigerator to throw it in.
Are you bringing them on the cruise?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to talk
I
about
know.
that.
We need to figure
That's
that
hard.
out.
Yeah.
It's coming up quick.
You know. Can we get a cup of ice to hold our vitamins, please, until we can check into our room?
I mean, honestly, they have to have that. We should try to find that out for the Boozy Blonde Booze Cruise episode we're going to do. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, people travel with medication. So
do we not have refrigerators in the rooms?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
I feel
How
like
do we
we
not
do.
remember? We have to.
And I always thought, like, these are useless because you're not bringing home leftovers on the cruise. Like, all your food is included.
If this has taught you anything, it's for all of our drinks.
Snacks, drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Vitamins. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out though soon.
Yes, this will be on our booze cruise episode. Okay, so snacks. I just have like a rundown. I think we already kind of covered this, but like pretzels, crackers, cheese, mini pitas, chicken salad, hummus, to make your own instant charcuterie board.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you feel fancy. Or like Molly was saying, sometimes we'll like pre-order them, and like that's a great gift to get someone that's traveling. Just get them a pre-made charcuterie board. I feel like every city now has these amazing little startup companies that you can order them from and they'll deliver. We have a great one here in St. Augustine.
Mm-hmm, the artisan board.
Yeah, great.
She's fantastic. What was I going to say about the snack? Oh, well, it also helps at the end of the night too. Like Chrissy, you mentioned before. I remember one of our trips, Phil calls me. He says, "Do you have any food?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Chrissy needs food." I said, "Okay," because they were coming down to hang out with me and Rainer. And you like zombied in, and I had a whole like buffet line of cheese and crackers and chicken salad and pretzels.
I was so drunk. I was in my pajamas, and I felt like I had just stumbled upon like a 24-hour buffet. I was like, "Oh my god! Look at all this food. This is exactly what I wanted." God, that was like an all-nighter trip.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, but helpful and necessary sometimes. It might have saved your life.
Honestly, like we need to remind Phil of those situations because a lot of times when we're packing, it does seem daunting to pack all of this, but you're always grateful when you do. And sometimes he'll convince me like, "Okay, come, we're just going for one night. We don't need to do all this." But every time I don't bring something, it's Murphy's Law. That's when you need it. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, take a minute. Your future self will love you.
Absolutely. Okay, so extras. We talked about the paper plates, cocktail napkins, Lysol wipes, silverware, and Ziploc bags. You already did all that.
Oh, I did. Those Ziploc bags for new ice from the gross ice machine or your remote control.
And this is funny because, like I said, sometimes I don't prepare, and I actually do have notes this time. And so we don't compare the notes until like we're here. We're like, "Oh yeah, we're talking about all the same things. It must be true." Mm-hmm. So what else do you have on our super packing list?
That's pretty much it for me. I just always have your Koozies. Mm-hmm. I mean, we keep them in our purse, our backpacks, coolers. I don't know. My parents don't use Koozies. It's so funny.
And I thought it was like a Northeast Pennsylvania thing.
I don't know, but I don't like drinking out of a can or even a bottle without a koozie.
I hate having like wet, cold hands. I don't know why. But that's honestly like how I judge a person's character. If you carry a koozie with you, I know we're going to be friends, like instantly. I remember I went on a Vegas trip with Phil and two of his coworkers, and Vegas is great because they have open container just about everywhere. So we walked into a Walgreens and like we all come out with like a roadie, and all the guys are like cracking their cans on the street, and I whip out two koozies, one for me and Phil. And one of the guys was like, "You carry koozies with you?" I was like, "Sure, you guys want one?" Because of course I always have four. You never know, friends joining you. And he's like, "I like this girl." I'm like, "Yeah, we could be friends."
Yeah, I even keep them in my car. And I was going to a work event. My colleague didn't have one. And she said, "Oh, man." I said, "Hold on. I got you." You know, and I said, "Here, which variety would you like?"
Well, we just ordered them for the show. So we have a whole bunch of Boozy Blondes Koozies, which we'll definitely have to do a giveaway soon. But honestly, like I think we ordered 100. We could probably just use them all ourselves just because we stash them everywhere. Like all purses, cars.
Yeah, we need way more.
Yeah. But okay, so I have a few more and they're titled Random and Instant Vacay Mode. So random for me is celery juice. I know you hate this, but I recently started doing this. This probably should be under like the healthy vitamins section, but it's kind of like a natural antacid. So, you know, if you're out booze traveling and drinking all kinds of weird things and trying new foods, because when in Rome, you have to do that. Like sometimes you'll feel like crap. So I don't like to take random medications just to get by. So I've tried to find a lot of more natural remedies. So celery juice works for me. So I'll just throw that in a cooler. And if you start your day with it on an empty stomach, it's just like a natural Pepto kind of. So I don't know. I really like it. It doesn't taste the best, but it helps me get by.
Oh, God, not at all. I tried it for a solid month. I gave it hell.
You did.
It's disgusting.
I don't know. I just
can't get past it.
Well, I think I talked about in another episode how like I'm 42 now. So at some point between like 41 and 42, I think all my taste buds died because like I just drink whiskey and sometimes I'm like, things taste like cigars and I don't even smoke.
Oh, and our Jack's Ale Trail, that's what that beer tasted like to you.
So
and I said
don't
watermelon.
Know. So don't take my tastes. But
try it for yourself. I mean, there are great benefits to celery juice.
Yeah,
I just couldn't hack it.
If you research it, it's really good for you. So I like to try to do some healthy things to counteract the not so healthy things. And so 2 other things I always pack with me are smoothies, which they make like great to go smoothies that you can get at the grocery store, and kombucha. Because kombucha is the same thing. It's like a natural probiotic, which will help you with all the other stuff that you're going to be drinking.
I have a question. If you're bringing all these things, why can't you bring your liquid vitamins?
Oh, you're right. It's just me being lazy.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because
I'm sitting here thinking I would much rather have my vitamins and
it comes
celery
in a
juice.
huge container, and so you have to like measure it out.
Oh, no, you don't. Just dump as much in as you think, and whatever's left over you're bringing home with you.
That's true.
In the cooler, and you just use it next time. I used to measure it out. No, you don't need to do
just
that.
Fill something up. All right, so Molly just called me out. I have to start bringing my vitamins. Okay, so then random stuff is also you taught me always bring dry shampoo because I always forget it, and normally our rooms will be next to each other and I'm like knocking on your door like, do you have any dry shampoo? So this is on my do not forget list. Always bring dry shampoo and a shower cap. Just keep your hair lasting longer so you can have more fun getting boozy instead of getting ready. And then for instant vacation mode, I ordered a white robe and slippers from Amazon because when you go to a really fancy hotel and they have them there for you, it just makes you feel next level. So I'm like, why can't I feel next level all the time?
There you go.
So I like literally will wear this around at home, but now I started packing it on trips. And instead of, how we bring like the 4-pack of mini wines, I'll bring like a mini pack of champagnes.
Oh.
So you just put on your white robe and slippers,
Swanky.
crack a champagne.
Yeah.
You're on vacation.
I bring slippers, but not a robe.
Yep.
But when you were talking about the dry shampoo, so I have a little like wet shampoo go bag that I always keep full. So I never have to change this out. I have little travel shampoo containers and conditioner containers that you can get in Target or whatever. And I put my real shampoo in those because depending on the hotel, some of those shampoos, conditioners, body wash, it smells like bad men's cologne or just
old
it's
ladies.
Gross. Yeah. So I just prefer to use my own. I always keep my contact solution in there. I have another one that I use at home with my little contact container. I keep my face moisturizer that I use. I have duplicates of those, so one stays in the travel bag. And I always get travel soap or body wash because the same thing, I don't always like what the hotel has. And this, again, it sounds maybe a little much, but you pack it once, you just refill as needed. Yeah. And I just grab this bag and go.
We should find ones that are like what you use on Amazon and add it to our list for the listeners.
Yeah, I can find something like it. I love the brand Amika. That's the dry shampoo that I always have. And they have really great little travel bags. So I got mine there.
Yeah, that's a good idea because that's one thing I'm like pretty lazy about. I'll just use whatever they have. And usually I regret it. And that's why half the time I just don't wash my hair because Molly and I both have like the same really fine blonde hair that gets super knotty. And if you're not using the right shampoo for it, you regret it. So I'm like, okay, just dry shampoo, shower cap. Don't even worry about it.
No, that's perfect. You can keep that in your bag. And then, face wash. I have little mini face washes from the brand that I like to use. And I just keep everything together.
Well, I was just reading randomly. I think it was from Travel and Leisure. And it was like 25 things to do while flying. And the one that just stuck out with me was moisturize like while you're on the plane. And they said to do it a ton because they keep the humidity in the airplane at 20%. I didn't realize that.
Wow, I didn't know that either.
Like, I've never seen the number. I know, when I travel, like, you always feel like you need to drink a gallon of water and slather on some moisturizer. But, I mean, coming from Florida where it's almost 100% humidity most of the time and then getting on a international flight for, like, 9 hours and 20%, no wonder you feel like that.
Makes sense.
I just thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, good fun fact.
And we just make it worse by drinking on all those flights, but some things are worth it. But I don't know. I don't have anything else. I think since you guys are here listening to us, we all must really enjoy our boozy travel. So we would love to hear from you if you guys have any go-to travel items that make your boozy adventures better, definitely leave us a review and let us know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we would love to hear from you.
That's it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon with more boozy fun.
Well, and make sure to follow us on social media so you can get the drink of the day on Wasted Wednesdays. On Facebook, we're /Boozy Blondes. On the gram, we are at boozy.blondes. And on YouTube, we're /Boozy Blondes. Visit our website for recipes and references from each episode at www.boozyblondes.com. We'd love to hear from you, so send us an email sharing your boozy stories and requests and pictures at boozyblondespodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to our podcast so you never miss a chance to drink with us. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, and more. And don't forget to leave a review. The boozier, the better. If we love your toast to our show, we'll read it on air. Stay boozy.
Cheers.